Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making fish cakes and tartar sauce to go with it. So I've already prepped a couple things. I sometimes use canned salmon. It just really depends. Any fish. This time I was actually given a whole fish from my best friend. So this is what that is. I just cooked it in the oven for a little bit and just shredded it off. And then I boiled some potatoes. I either use potatoes or I use crackers, but this time I wanted to do it this way just to be a little fancier. So yeah, I'm going to add maybe about half of these potatoes first and just see. You don't want to go too crazy. It's got to be a good balance. So I'll add those. And then I'm just going to kind of mix this up and shred it as it kind of goes. Let's see what we are working with. I forget what kind of fish this was, to be honest. I'm just going to kind of mash things up a little bit here. Actually, I think I'm going to use a bigger spoon. Just kind of mash it together. I don't want it to be like mush, but I just want things to be a little incorporated. And this is going to make quite a few, so they're really good frozen, and you can just pull them out and then fry them up. I don't fry the ones that I'm going to freeze. I just put them in a Ziploc bag or a container, and they can last in the freezer for a little bit. Okay. Okay, so that looks good. So then I'm going to get, it's always a little bit different depending, I'm going to start probably with 2 large eggs. Actually, I think I'm going to go with 3. So yeah, we'll crack those in. Okay, so after 3 eggs, I'm going to start with 3, just for now. Then I'm going to do salt, pepper, and garlic. Shout out to my bestie for fixing my pepper grinder for me. And it really depends on your own taste. How I like quite a bit of pepper, so. And then I'm going to add salt. And I don't really do measurements like my last videos, so I kind of just go with instinct and what I know I like. I've made these a lot, so. And then garlic powder. If I had onion powder, I would add that too, but I ran out. We'll do a little bit of lemon juice. I don't have actual lemons. I also ran out of those, but I've got some bottle here. Add some of that. And then I'm going to chop up some dill. Beautiful fresh dill. Smells good. One of the best smelling herbs ever is definitely dill. Okay, so I'm just going to chop this up nice and fine. Any herbs would be really good in this. Green onion would be really good. Parsley, chives would be tasty. I like to keep them pretty simple though, and I would add extra things to the tartar sauce if I wanted. Okay, so dill, we'll put that in. Okay, then we're going to give it a really good mix. Let's see what the consistency is like. Oops, sorry. If you see any really big clumps of potato, you can kind of mash them up. Okay, so we've got that. That's how it looks. It's pretty wet. So I'm gonna add in. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of cornstarch into it just to help thicken it a little bit. I would just normally add breadcrumbs, but again, I ran out. So just mix it up a little bit. You just want it to be able to stick together nice so you can make nice patties. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to tidy this area up a little bit and then we can form the fish cakes. So I've got a baking sheet with a piece of parchment paper here. And I'm going to use a measuring cup so that they're all kind of even. And just for now, I'm just going to scoop them all out and measure them all, and then we can form them. Okay, so there's 6 of them first. The second sheet. Okay, so that made 9. Okay, I'll set those to the side, and then I like for to add crunch for when we fry them up in our cast iron pan. I'm gonna make, like, again, I would use breadcrumbs and flour, but I don't have that, so I'm going to crush up some crackers, just soda crackers, whatever kind of crackers you have, it doesn't really matter. Some crackers with some flour and then seasoning, and then I'll form them, and then I'll coat them in that, and then it gets a nice crispness. Okay, so we've got some cracker crumbs. Again, no measurements. I kind of just wing everything. I have 99.9% accuracy in it, so as long as I have the ingredients, that is. Okay, so we'll season that up. I'm going to do a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, actually going to use cornstarch instead of flour because it makes it nice, much more crisper, and doesn't have the floury taste. And then of course, I think maybe we'll do a little Italian seasoning on it. Just the crust. Because why the heck not? And of course garlic, my favorite. Okay, so mix that up. Okay, so now we can take our patty, okay, kind of form it into, you know, nice little, I like them to be pretty thin. I like there to be a lot of nice crispy crunchy crust. Okay, so yeah, there we go, and then you just put it in and coat the bad boy up. That just gives it crunch. And of course a little extra flavor, why not? Okay, there we go. This is a little wetter than normal, so I could put them in the fridge or even the freezer for a little bit. But I'm not worried about them falling apart because there's enough egg in there, so they won't just fall apart, which I've had that happen to me before. So, and that's not fun. I don't think I made enough crust, but that's okay. I've got more I can do. It looks really pretty, too. Okay, so there's those three. They look really nice, actually. You could also put these on a burger bun. That would be tasty. My husband has done that before. It was actually his suggestion one time to do. You just put like coleslaw with it. You could toss the tartar sauce with the coleslaw mix right on the bun, and it's so tasty for something different. We don't eat fish quite often, so we're not huge fish eaters, so I like to make it into something. Okay, they look gorgeous though. I was worried because they were a little bit wet, but my mom actually taught me how to make these. She would make them like once a month with all the canned fish we would collect from food banks, and we would eat that. So that's another thing. She taught me how to do my lasagna, and she taught me how to do my fish cakes. And I've just changed it up over the years too, because just why not, you know? You don't always have to use a potato. Again, you can just use breadcrumb. I'm just going to rinse my hands and make a little bit more, just a little bit more of the crust. Our cracker crumb. It's nice because the crackers are already salty, so if you don't have anything to really add to it, it doesn't matter. Okay, a little bit more cornstarch, more pepper, just top it up a little bit. You want them all to be flavorful. And I use Italian seasoning for a lot of different things because really the ingredients inside of it, right, are pretty freaking awesome. Okay, so I'll mix that up again. And the Italian seasoning smells so good. Okay, so we'll just finish up and I probably will I'll probably freeze half of this. Then you just have easy meals for the week, you know. You can just pull a couple out. You can cook them in the air fryer too. But I like good old grease, so. Okay. Last one. Boop. You could also bake these in the oven. I've done that before if I was being lazy. But I have an air fryer now, so that's always fun. Not everybody has one, so. Okay, so I'm just going to tidy up and then I'll get the stove set up to fry them. Okay, so I've got my cast iron pan. And I'm going to turn it on, I don't know, medium high. You don't want them to burn because they'll burn really fast, especially in a cast iron pan. So, and I'll probably do 3 at a time. And while that's heating up, I will make my tartar sauce. Because what's fish without tartar sauce? Pretty basic. Mayo. And only Kirkland mayo is the good mayo. Just for anyone out there, Miracle Whip is garbage. Throw it out. Relish, sweet relish, of course. And this is all to taste how you like it. Okay. And always season. I'm a big seasoner, so we've got our pepper, of course, my favorite. Just a little bit of salt. We don't need to go crazy. Yes, and of course garlic, because that goes in everything. And then I'm going to add a little bit of dill. There's already dill in them, so we don't need to add too much. I should have just chopped up some when I was doing it earlier, but that's fine. I'm going to scissor it. Dill reminds me of my grandma. She used to grow it and make all sorts of dips and stuff with dill. Okay. Super basic, I know, but it's freaking delicious on any fish, burgers. Yeah. I'm just going to set that into the fridge for now. Okay, so the oil's almost hot enough already. Perk to the cast iron pan, it gets really hot really fast. And I'll show you how I package when I'm going to freeze stuff like this. So I get some parchment paper and do like strips like that. Like thinner strips. Cut them down the middle here. And then we'll go, oops, I'll just put one, and then parchment in the middle, between, and then we'll put another one, and then parchment, and then another one, and parchment, and another one. Okay, then I will wrap it in saran wrap and then put it into a baggie also. That way they stay nice and they don't get freezer burnt or anything. Wrap those up nice, put them in a big Ziploc bag, and then put them in the freezer. Okay, so I'm going to put in 3 fish cakes to start. Oh yes, nice sizzle. If the oil isn't hot enough and you put stuff in it, whatever you're frying, this goes for anything, it'll just soak the oil up. It won't get crispy. It just absorbs everything. Okay, so I'm going to let those fry. Nice and golden on both sides. My mom just came over today and fixed my stove. We're still in the process of it, so that's why it looks a little janky, but we're getting there. And I like to have a plate or a tray or something with paper towel on it over here for when they're done, just to soak up any of that extra grease. You don't want them to be soggy with grease. You just want them to be nice and crisp. And I do exactly the same thing with canned salmon. It's great also. Just pick through the bones and try and be a little bit gentle. You don't want them to fall apart right off the bat. Like I said, I've done that and it's not fun. Okay, they've already got a pretty nice crust going, which is beautiful. Because everything's already cooked on the inside, you're just really cooking them to, or like frying them to your desired crispness. I like mine pretty crunchy, so. Oh yeah. And they start to firm up a lot, so you don't have to worry about them falling apart. Hear that crisp? Probably can't. You also want to cook them enough so that they're obviously warm in the center. So you don't want your pan to be too warm. Cast iron pans get really hot super easy, so. Okay, these are looking good. Okay, I'm going to pull these out and set them on the paper towels. They can soak up that extra grease. And then I'm going to put these 2 in and cook them up. This one's pretty big. I don't normally like them this big, but okay. Okay. And there we have it. Is my fish cakes. I'll break one open. You can see. And they smell good. Yeah. And you can put them on a burger. You can eat them just like this with their tartar sauce. Yeah. So, enjoy. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and leave a comment for next time.